welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all for hanging with me on this Tuesday. So the cold fronts are here and they're big this time of year. It's all about slowing down while still fishing something that you can feel. Unless I'm on some type of bluff wall or something, I'm not dragging a jig. I'm still cranking, but I've downsized to the most finesse crankbait ever made, the Shad Rap. So on days when you have clouds, you have to realize that this is a good fishing condition for a crankbait, but it's probably not relatively a good fishing condition for a cold front. So cold front conditions, you typically want some sun. If you have wind, you're going to have some fish that move shallow and bite a lot of moving baits. December can be a really good time to go bass fishing. I like it a lot better than November, October, and September as far as big fish and just going out there and catching bass on a bunch of different baits. Now, when you have a cloudy day in cold water, we've had a cold front that will last another week, and it's already been a week where we haven't seen anything higher than the mid 40s. So the water is really chilling off. Now this time of year, it will chill off a lot slower than you will see earlier in the year. Snow, runoff from the snow can really cool a lake off quick. But this time of year, it has a slower taper, so it's not gonna get super cold, but it's still going to be cold enough to where you need something that is finesse, but you can still cover water. So what I like is a size 7, a size 6, and a size 5 Shad Rap. So for that reason, I stick with one color because I know I'm probably not going to be able to dial in the colors when the conditions just aren't really great for fishing. So I like Crawdad. It's my favorite Shad Rap color. And I know some fish are probably going to be feeding on that, but it's also a high visibility color on this low visibility type day. So I want the fish to be able to see it. I want them to feel it. They're starting to get into that winter mode, and you need to target them through their lateral line. So it's these 3 sizes. I know I'm not going to dial in the color, and it's also cold. I should have gloves on right now. I can't be tying on baits, changing baits all day. I'm going to stick this in my hand and I'm going to rock with it all day for 5, maybe 6 or 7 bites. So Shad Rap, this is a very important bait in these colder months, especially right now in December. And a jerkbait's a good bait, but you need the right conditions. So today would be a good jerkbait day, but you're not always going to get those type conditions. And an Alabama rig, same thing, very good bait, but you need the fish to be suspended. This is going to be more of a all-purpose type bait where you can fish in pretty much every type of condition: flats, drains, steep banks, 45-degree angle, 60-degree angle bank. So you have a lot of different options with this bait. So again, keep it simple. You don't need a bunch of different colors. You're going to be throwing it on days where they will bite brighter stuff. This is the time of year where they're starting to get into that mode where they like those reds, those oranges, those chartreuses, even when you have more than a foot of visibility. You may see up to 2 or 3 feet of visibility. They will still bite these oranges. Crawfish are starting to come into play. You're going to have a lot of different forages that are going to come into play. And those cold water forages are very important to imitate this time of year. So Shad Rap, you want to be a more effective fisherman. You're tough enough to get out here on these days. You need to reward yourself with bites, and that's what this bait does better than anything else. Try a Shad Rap, get you a few different sizes. Good luck to you, and I'll see you on the water.